dream, you know. And it's like people tell me about their dreams and stuff. I'm like, I'm a person that I've never can remember a dream or can remember dreaming a dream. But you're like doing a whole concert in your damn dreams.
I be in those deep sleeps and just sitting there thinking about songs, thinking about rocking stages, seeing people, fans, touching hands. That's really what it is. But one thing I did hear in psychology is everyone actually does dream. It's just most people don't always remember it because they're not in that deep sleep. And I'm an insomniac, so I barely sleep as it is. So when I do sleep at night, I'm out cold.
You out.
I'm up in my Snuggie, my charger Snuggie and everything, and I'm dreaming beautiful things.
Okay. Well, see, it's like I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't dream. Well, let's say you say everybody dreams, but I don't remember them.
Okay.
And the thing is like, to me, I don't sleep like a normal person because it's like, how like it don't matter what time of the day is. Like if I work till 4 o'clock at night, I'm back up at 6 o'clock. I only sleep 2 hours. I'm back up for that next day. It's like I think it's I shouldn't say. I'll say the military. I ain't gonna say where it really came from. I'm not gonna tell everybody I was locked up and we had to do it that way. But it's like to me, I'm just like on guard at all hours of the night. I don't, it's like I think a dream would interrupt my attack. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you out there getting it. What is Wall Street says money never sleeps. So
right.
All the time, you're getting it in.
All right. Well, that's what I gotta do. Because and I like you gotta write. You gotta be in the studio. You dream about it because you have a passion so much that you gotta be on top of the world. And that's one thing. Like last time we talked, I mean, I was saying like we were. Now I'm gonna come back to that, but. Matter of fact, I remember when I kicked your ass in a dance contest. I'm like, Alkale's Brash's friends. I kicked his ass in a dance off. This old man.
He put it down. I remember I was knocking a couple back that day, but we was battling and it got a little wild. It was for my cousin's wedding.
And the thing about it, what was so funny is. I told everybody, I was like, man, I got this artist, his name's Brash. He's Brash, They're like, man, don't you know Brash? I'm like, hell no, I don't know who Brash is. And it's like, man, you danced with him at the damn wedding as a dance off. I was like, what? I was like, and you was thinking all the time that I knew who you was.
Yeah, I did.
I swear, I did not know until actually my friend Jose, he told me, he's like, man, do you know who that is? I'm like, no, I don't know. He's like, man, you danced with him at the wedding. I was like, what?
I think there's even still footage of her. So
yeah, there is. Jose got some footage. I was looking twisted.
He was feeling nice,
Yeah, but man, I was like, almost coming out my clothes and shit.
I think I took off my belt or something like that. It got a little wild.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
But it was a good thing. I enjoyed it. But the thing about it was funny that here I am. I'm setting up an interview with you, and I'm telling everybody, I got an artist, and he sent me some music and some good music and everything like that. And I'm like, they say, well, you know him already. They thought I knew you. I was like, no, I don't know this dude, But no, and that's the funny thing about how the world is.
It's small.
The world is so small. Here I am talking to somebody that I knew that I didn't think I knew. You know what I'm saying? But that's amazing. But where was we at before I said I cut off on that where I kicked your ass and dancing? No.
We was talking about the dreaming, remember?
Right, the dream sequence. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't never dream about killing nobody or nothing like that, do you?
I didn't have nothing crazy like that.
Oh, okay. But no, that's really something, that you dream about performing. I mean, that's got to be the funnest shit going on in the world right there.
I wake up and I just have smiles and like, oh, let me hurry get this pad and write this down real quick, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll get up, let me hurry put a beat to this. Sometimes it'll be a hook, sometimes it'll be a full song, but I pray before I go to sleep. I got a vision board. I know what I want. I look at it every day. If you don't see, what you want and how to get there, you're not gonna know.
So, you got a mixtape coming out, right?
Right.
How many tracks is gonna be on that?
I'm gonna put 13 on there. 13 on my deepest apologies.
Oh wow! So Street Notes is definitely gonna get one of these.
Come on now.
I just gotta always
that's a given, man.
plug these artists. Hey, I'm gonna get one, right? Like, I try to put them on Front Street by putting them on the radio and say, "You heard him say it. You heard him say it." That's why I be putting Blackface on front, because I had him on the show and he's like, "I got it, man. I'm gonna get it, because you told me you was gonna rap for me. You're gonna put it down." But that's the thing about it. It's like, I'm meeting all these artists like yourself, and I'm like, why is it just you tell me, why is it you're not being heard mainstream, like Waka Laka Flame? Yeah, I'm like I said, some of them are good, but then I start hearing like, no, I think who's the guy with the dreads? Is it Waka Flocka Flame?
Waka Flocka got dreads.
Okay, is that him? I mean, it's like he's new on the scene, right?
I mean, he's been doing it for a minute. He's kind of mainstream, probably like 2 or 3 years, something like that.
Okay, so what gets these people on that, I'm gonna tell you, some of that shit is not good. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about you, Waka Flocka. You come on Street Notes and I won't say no more. But no, really, what is it that why is your music not being on mainstream, and you got other people that's getting that chance on mainstream?
You know what? What I really think it is as far as addressing Waka Flocka first, is he's been doing it so much, and he's been doing it for a while, and he's pushing his stuff out there. If you push something out there, there's 8 billion people in the world. Somebody's gonna like it and pick on and hook up. Okay. So it's just the passion, and supporting your brand, pushing yourself out there, and it's gonna catch on. I'm just getting started myself, so I'm starting, and my train doesn't stop. It's full head of steam. I'm pushing. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna be on. Okay.
So how long have you been in the game?
You know what? I actually made my first real recording last January. As far as writing, managing, I've been doing that since 2011.
So you manage other people?
Yeah, I actually I had a previous label. It was under the Influence LLC. I had a couple artists under my label, a couple business partners too. I kind of went a little sour. Business and friends is not the greatest thing as a mix.
Right.
It's just
so that's what it was. It just.
Yeah, it's just conflict of interest, stuff with the artists. They were still younger artists. They're like 16 and 17. So we got them under contract with their parents and stuff. But, they got lazy. They wanted to stop working as much. Business partners, that kind of mixed with the money. It was getting a little shady there. So it was just best for me to pull out myself.
Okay.
And focus more on myself and my brand.
Okay, so do you stay where you don't manage nobody? You basically just doing your thing, or?
I just manage myself. I take care of myself, and there's a couple of homies that I have back in AZ that I run with, and we get together like a little clique. We don't really got a name or anything like that, but when we come together, it's about music and the love of what we do.
So basically, you're all separate artists, but y'all get together and collaborate together and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what it's about. If people are looking for the same common purpose and the same goal, don't make no sense to hate on each other like that.
Right.
Join together, show that love.
Right.
We can push each other out, spread out, and
but
get the same place.
Doesn't it kind of, get to the point where sometimes when you get heard or you get noticed, all of a sudden that's when the rivalries come? Or do you ever worry about that with these other ones? I mean, like I said, you're probably good friends and everything like that, and y'all gonna be riders to the end. But sometimes that money, like you said, is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying?
They say the love of it is. That's what it says in the Holy Bible. But you know what? With these people right here that I'm talking to, they're just real humble. I was messing with people that weren't humble and they got big headed. Started pushing them out there. They're getting shows, and it kind of got to them.
Right.
But right now I'm messing with people in my camp, and they're God fearing people.
Right.
We got the same common interests. We want to get to the same place, and we root for each other. Some of them are better than me right now. I'm not ashamed to admit that. They've been doing it longer than me.
Right.
But I'm picking up and I'm learning. I'm a fast adapter and stuff like that. So I'm able to pick up from them. And they want to see me successful just like I want to see them, We do, different types of music. I'm more of like a mainstream type artist. Like I have real music and stuff like that, but they're like underground, more deep within and stuff like that. Okay. And that's cool too, I got love and respect for that. But I like to make music that's fun because I love it. It makes me feel good. Okay. And I do have deep songs too as well. You'll hear that on my Deepest Apologies.
Okay.
But I mostly put out like my dance club tracks.
Okay.
I like it really
so I hear you giving reference to God, and I gotta ask you, when I listen to you talk, it's like you're saved. Would that be
Definitely? I mean, you can't argue with that. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
okay? So, how does it? I find it's like you have these rappers that are bitch better have my money or something like that.
Yeah.
But then there's a religious side to it. Does there come a conflict sometimes being with your religious beliefs and then the music you put out? Does there ever come a conflict with that?
You know what? I'm a person that I believe that you're put here on this earth, and some people have a gift, and you can use it either for good or for evil.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're accountable for what you say. So I do say stuff on the mic that it might be a little edgy and controversial, but at the end of the day, I just repent for it. Hope God forgives me.
Okay.
But you all got to think like you're accountable for everything you say on the mic. So there's people that be saying twisted stuff.
Right.
But you just gotta be like strong in your faith. Like if you don't have strong in your faith.
Right.
I'm a firm believer that Jesus, he said forgive 70 times 7. Right. You do the same thing. If you're willing to forgive someone, he's gonna forgive you too as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? That it's interesting you say it because with me myself, I'm a God-fearing person. I believe in God. God saved me through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big, if it wasn't for God, the transition I've done made. Give you just a little bit. In 2002, I walked from behind the bars, you know what I'm saying? I was locked up in Corcoran. I did 3 years, you know what I'm saying? And, through my life's journey, God has always saved me, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm a 2-strike offender, right. Okay? You always know strike, another strike you out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going out, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm not going out. But like, what it was like, what changed my life was, the last time I was catching the chain, my son, Leangelo, was there, and he was touching on that glass, pounding, daddy, daddy, daddy. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't touch me. He's about probably maybe 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I said, man, I got to stop this.
It's life-changing.
And God has bailed me out of a lot of damn shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to the point where, like, I could have done a murder, but if it wasn't for the clip in the gun to fall out the gun, and the thing about it, when it fell out the gun, it fell out in the car that I was chasing, right. And the thing about it, that car got impounded, but the police never found that gun. And, like I said, if it wasn't for God, they came to me, I'm not going to tell because I don't want to put people out there and let them know. They gave it to me and handed me a wrap towel, and I opened up the wrap towel, and what it was the clip to the gun that I tried to shoot this guy in his car. It's like God has been my savior so many times.
Very merciful.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like I always tell people, and I'm gonna end up in the pulpit. That's just the bottom line. That's my next step. But the thing about it, I'll be honest with you, I was scared to accept God in my life. You know why? It's because I had a friend, and I can't say his name either, you know what I'm saying? But last name's Jones, and he was the baddest kid in the city, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he kick your ass, take names later. I mean, he was the bad kid. And the thing about it, I seen him get saved. And then all of a sudden, he started walking up and down the street where I'm from, Buffalo Street, with a Bible in his hand, preaching about God. God, I was like, oh my God, what happened to him? You know what I'm saying? It's like some mystical thing. It just caught me off guard. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to accept God. You know what I'm saying? Really, that's what I said at that time. I don't want to accept God because he's going to change me.
Right.
Long story short, I can keep going, I finally realized God uses you just like you said, no matter which way. He's not going to change you from whatever's the most, I say he's not going to change where you're good at.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, I got a story to tell people. You got a story to tell people. So he's not going to change our identities.
Right.
Because I always thought my identity was going to change. Right. I'm going to be honest. I thought once you accept God, you walk around with a Bible in your hand and you just talk about him all the time. Yeah. It's like you don't get to eat Cheetos no more. I was like, man, I don't want that.
Hot Cheetos.
But that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? And I hear you say that, and I was like, right, you know what I'm saying? Because I hear your music, then I hear you talk, and I'm like, damn. You know, like I told you before when I was interviewing you on the show, I said, man, this is a real sharp guy, real sharp. And I mean, there's not a lot of young people you meet that have their head straight and their focus on point. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, that's why I do street notes, because I mean, I try to find people like you, because like I said, I'm be honest with you, I got my friend. You're gonna hear some of his music. Well, as a matter of fact, I played him first. Is Michelangelo, Lord Michelangelo. He's a rapper. Okay. And we're looking at trying to do like a festival with all these different artists I got, and have it at a park. You know what I'm saying? Where they just come. It's gonna be like street notes and his artists, and just we're gonna get together, have a meeting, and try to figure out how to get this done. Right. And if we get it done, I'd like to have you bring down some of your artists and yourself. Because that's what I'm trying, I want to reach out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't no, big record producer or nothing like that, hey, I'm just, doing my thing for my love. But I mean, to me, I don't see why y'all ain't being heard. And I think that if I can do whatever I can to get y'all heard, I'm going to do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But I keep on running my mouth, and that's what a radio show is for, running your mouth. But you know what? I want you to check out this artist. We're going to get into some more of your music. But this is an artist out of Chicago. His name is Blackface, you know what I'm saying? And, I like his music, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody I got is different artists and stuff like that. Right. But this is Blackface. We got Brash here. See, I got it right that time. We got Brash here. We're gonna be back. I mean, it's like I'm loving this interview. I'm glad he came by. So hey, stick around. Here's some Blackface. See Blackface. I'm still gonna put you on, okay?